Alright, how's it going, everyone? So, a little bit of a change here. We are going off of a new ustudy application. You should have the information of how to clone it in class there, and I've cloned it off to my computer here. And as you can see, it's right here in this folder. My Django ustudy. Ustudy is where my manage.py is. I have an app called flashcards, a templates directory, and of course our ustudy directory that has cd into there, that has our settings.py, our URLs, our views, so on and so forth. So I'm going to open this up, and I already have it open in my editor here, my Atom editor. So you can see here's our flashcards directory. It's everything it's got in there. Our templates directory with our base.html, and our ustudy directory, or excuse me, ustudy template. Our ustudy directory right here with our settings.py, urls.py, and views.py. Okay. And what we're going to do here is, if we look at the flashcard models, so a model is a class here, and this represents a database object, a table, if you will, in the database of class card. Well, what does a card have? It has a front and a back. They're character fields. Front has a max length of 100. Back has a max length of 300. And you'll notice this is a function that is part of the class. This 2 underscores, str, stands for string, another 2 underscores. That's a built-in Python function, so we're defining the string representation of this class. And it takes itself as an argument. So self meaning anytime you create a card object and it calls its string method, it's essentially passing itself into the string method as well. That's where it comes down here, and it says these little curly braces of this string here. Here's our string with 2 curly braces separated by a comma. Each one of these set of curly braces goes to one of these parameters to this .format call. So we passed in self anytime an object calls this, and it says, hey, go into that object that you passed in, grab its .front, whatever this front equals out to, and place it right here in these curly braces. And let's see, so let's just jump into the action here and create some flashcards. Save them to our database. So real fast, I'm just gonna run my server. You guys should be all up to this point where you can run your server successfully. And I'm gonna open up another window here. Here's my localhost :8000/ustudy link that doesn't really go anywhere, and here's what the page looks like. Well, let's go to admin. Let's go to admin. As you can see, I have my groups and users, a standard Django thing here. Then I also have a flashcards section with a cards table. Go in here and I have no cards. Alright, so keeping that in mind, let's go over here. Close out of the server. I used Control-C to close out of that server. Control-L to clear my screen here. And I'm going to do Python manage.py, Python3 manage.py, shell. And that's going to launch the Python shell with the Django specific settings. So the first thing we need to do is import our model. Well, where's our model at? Our model is in the flashcards module. So flashcards app is flashcards module. So we're going to say from flashcards dot, remember dot means go into what's on the left, give me what's on the rest, or what's on the right. So from flashcards dot model, go into the flashcards module, get me dot models, give me the models, and I want to import card. As long as you don't get an error, you're good, right? Okay, so now we want to, let's just do query all flashcards. So how do we query all the flashcards, or essentially any table in the database? We can query it from here in the shell, and the way we're going to do that is just card So the name of the model right here, card.objects. So go into the card model, give me all the objects, or give me the objects and then give me all of them. So you can see it returns a query set. A query set's essentially a list, so we can iterate over it. We can do all sorts of different stuff with it. We can filter it down. So let's create a card. The way we're going to create a card is I'm going to create a new variable, just lowercase c. It's going to be card. And if you remember here, a card needed a front and a back. So let's define that. So we're going to say the front is going to equal, it's a string because they're character fields. So our front's going to equal our first card. Our back is going to equal, wasn't this fun? Alright, and we got an invalid syntax, yep. So if you notice, I tried to put that, this extra apostrophe there, and then it kind of, not apostrophe, but I tried to put that guy there. Got confused with these, so I should be able to escape it, but I'm just going to get rid of it just to make things simple. Alright, no errors right there, so let's do this. Card.objects.all. We get an empty query set, so that's weird. There's nothing saved in the database, right? But I have access to this card. If I type in C, it tells me I can do c.front, I can do c.back. So I have the C, which is a card object, but it hasn't been pushed to the database. And the way we do that is just, we call the save function on it. So c.save. Alright, we still have C, and now let's do card.objects.all. There, and now we have our query set. So let's create another one. Let's do C1 is going to equal to card. And our front is going to equal to, what is 2 plus 2? Our back, hopefully you can figure this out, should equal 4. Alright. Card.objects.all. It's not in there because of course we haven't saved it. So let's do C1.save. And now we do card.objects.all again. There we go. We have our card objects that are saved in the database. Okay? We'll get a little bit more into depth here in the next video.